Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the Enchanted Basin. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jenny. It is very nice to meet you. Around here we like to do videos that are Halloween, witchy, spooky oriented, cat lady stuff, vegan taste test, crafting, and of course chronic illness awareness chats. Shout out to all my fellow spoonies. For today's video, I wanted to do something I thought would be really pertinent to this time of year. I'm going to do 5 books that I recommend if you are interested in learning about paganism, witchcraft, or potentially starting a new practice. So let's get into it. Okay, so these books, like I said, I think it's pertinent to this time of year because we're almost at Imbolc. It's actually just in a couple of days from when you guys are seeing this video. Okay, so for if you're not into witchcraft or practice, Imbolc is essentially when you kind of make your dedications for the year. So it's very much almost like how people make resolutions. So it's what you want to focus on for the year. I think this video could be very pertinent for that because if you're looking to start a practice, this is a great time to make a dedication for that for the year. So I'm going to go over these books. They're not ranked in any particular order as far as the best ones or whatever. I'm actually going to give them to you in an order in which I was introduced to them. So the first book is Paganism by the Higginbothams. I'll put a picture up here so you can see a little bit better. I will also make sure I will link all the books down below if they have like an Amazon link, or if I know some of these authors have their own particular shops in which they sell through. So I will try and put those links in the description below as well. Like I said, the first book is Paganism by the Higginbothams. This book was the first book I was introduced to. Oh my gosh, when was this? I think maybe 2010. I walked into this little metaphysical shop in North Carolina when I lived there, and I asked him, I was like, I kind of just wanted like an intro book. I was just kind of curious about it. I'd never really gotten much into it, and I read this book and I was instantly like, yes, this is what I want, because it kind of goes over different types of paganism. Obviously you have Wicca, you have shamanism, you have Druid. There's so many different ones under the umbrella of paganism. And this is a great book if you're wanting to just kind of know very basic intro stuff. I do believe there are a couple exercises that you can do in this as well. You can even see it, like I bookmarked stuff from way back in the day, but I do think this is a really great intro book if you're just wanting to know about paganism in general and seeing if it is for you. Now, the next book, once I decided, okay, I want to start really learning and delving into this, I was really lucky in that shop that I walked into was actually doing a whole year, they called it a year and a day witchcraft class. Or I think she called it Witchcraft 365. I honestly can't quite remember what the name of the class was. It was so long ago. The person who taught the class, she utilized several different books, and this next book was the first one. So this is The Inner Temple of Witchcraft by Christopher Penczak. Hey everyone, editing Jenny here. Yes, my makeup's a mess. I have already eaten dinner. So anyway, I wanted to pop in. I realized that Inner Temple, there is a new edition. I forgot I even have this edition. So if you're looking for it on Amazon or you go to Barnes & Noble or any other bookstore, you're probably going to see it look like this. So I will try and put a picture of that on the screen as well, but I just wanted to let you know in case you happen to see the other book and be like, what? I can't find that. This is a newer edition. It has some stuff added to it because it was I think it's the 20th year. Yeah, 20th anniversary edition. So anyway, just wanted to let you guys know about it. I absolutely adore pretty much every book of his that I have ever read, and this book is so incredibly helpful. If you decided you want to get into it, I think this book is really great for doing like exercises, and it has a lot of, it's inner work. So inner temple, meaning your personal inner temple. So there tends to be a lot of meditation, a lot of inner work, and really finding you within the whole process, if that makes sense. It even says, like, the tagline for it is magic, meditation, and psychic development. I think this is such a great book. There are so many exercises. Again, it does give you a little bit of a background on witchcraft and different aspects of paganism. Really goes into the elements and kind of what they represent. I think this is truly a great book, and honestly, any of Christopher's books are going to be absolute perfection. So if you're someone that's at all knowledgeable within, you know, paganism or Wicca, witchcraft, you know, all of that, I think his books are really going to be beneficial to you. This is the first one in the series. Then there's the Outer Temple, then he goes into the Shamanic Temple, then you have some of the high witchcraft stuff. So I'm just looking at my shelf here with all my books on it, because I have Outer Temple, the Temple of Shamanic Witchcraft, and then I started getting into the High Temple. Again, I think this is an absolute outstanding book for once you decided you're going to get into it. Along with that, in the same class that I took, we utilized Wicca, A Year and a Day by Timothy Roderick. This one is really going to be a lot of, like, every single day you're doing a different thing, like tiny little rituals, tiny little meditations, tiny just journaling. I think it's really good to keep you, like, going through the full thing. Because if you've ever heard the phrase a year and a day when it comes to witchcraft, it's usually because they tell you to give yourself a full year and a day of going through the practice before you really decide if you want to give it up or if it's something you truly want to get into. And Timothy's books, like I said, you'll go into here, there's stuff for every single day. I mean, you go into different blessings, you go into, there's some of them just recipes. The one day is summer solstice sun cake. So it's just like, oh, let's do a little baking thing this day. But it tells you, it helps you get into the mindset of using your magic every single day and incorporating it into your daily life. So I really love this book when it comes to doing exercises and just keeping you mindful every single day. So definitely look into that one. Now, the next two, I'm actually just going to include this, I kind of include it as one even though it's two books. But once you start getting into this, you're really going to want to have some, like, what would you call them? I would almost call them like resource books, like handbooks almost. Well, this one's called like Encyclopedia. So there you go. That's what I mean. Can't think of my words today. This Scott Cunningham, he is really great about creating like resource books, if you want to call them that. So this one is the Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. It is incredibly handy. It goes over nearly every single herb. It'll tell you then the gender, planet, element, powers, and magical uses. It'll also give you the scientific name for it. So this is super helpful. If, say, you have a herb but you're not really sure of the associations, this is going to be great for looking that up. The other book he has, I mean, he has quite a few books, but these are the two that I use so much. I was actually just using them yesterday. I was trying to work on a potential ritual for Imbolc, getting all my pieces gathered for it, and I didn't have one particular herb, so I was trying to look for a substitution. This book is great for that. This is the Incense, Oils, and Brews book. One big thing I really love is the substitutions. There's a table of magical substitutions. And I find this to be super handy because it will tell you like all of the different herbs and oils related to earth, to air, to fire, to water. So say you don't have something within air, like say you need peppermint, which is an air one, but you don't have it. If you have sage, if you have lavender, lemongrass, so it just is really helpful for substitutions. That's what I tend to use it for the most, especially if you're just beginning. I think it's really helpful because it'll tell you, like, say you're wanting to do a anti-theft sachet. Say maybe you're like traveling and you're nervous about where you're going, or if you want to put something near your house for it, it tells you exactly what to put into it. So I think it's really helpful for kind of helping you figure out different ways to use herbs and oils in magical uses. There's even so many different incense recipes in here as well, which are, again, amazingly really helpful if you're like kind of trying to figure it out yourself. This gives you a good guideline, and again, you can use that substitution chart. So you don't have something, just switch it out for what you do. So this book, these two together, I count them as one because they are incredible. You can't even see that. I count them as one because they are so beneficial. And I think if you're going to start practice, you really do need these. They're gonna just save you so much effort and time of trying to research stuff. So definitely recommend those. Now, the last book I'm going to go over is actually a book that I'm going to be doing a full video review on, but I had to include it into this because as I'm getting into it, this book is just absolutely incredible. Like, it has more research and background in it than any of the other ones that I've read. While the others they touch on some of the background of witchcraft and that kind of stuff, this has so much. And even though I'm not a big history person, I am enjoying how much I'm learning that I didn't know, and I've been doing this for probably close to 11 years. So it's amazing. The book is Elemental Witchcraft, A Guide to Living a Magical Life Through Elements. And this is by Heron Michelle, which is actually, she's my friend, and she is the one who I was saying I took a class at a metaphysical shop in North Carolina. She is the owner. She is the one who taught the class. I couldn't be more proud of her because this book truly is probably one of the best paganism, witchcraft books I've ever read because it is so comprehensive. You get like a full section on foundation of witchcraft, so it really sets you up for just kind of knowing where we come from and also helping you figure out where you fit in with that. Then there's a whole section on just teaching you about the elements and about setting up an altar and all of that kind of stuff. And then there's the third section, which is working through the elements in a full year practice. I'm really excited because I'm actually getting ready to start. I'm starting kind of in the middle of it, which I know she doesn't necessarily recommend for newbies, but somebody, a little more practice. I think she said it was absolutely fine because I know what I'm doing. But I'm really excited. I'm getting ready to start with the element of air, and I'm going to work through all the elements throughout the year. But like I said, I'll give you a full review in a different video. But honestly, out of all of these, besides these two, you really, truly, these will be a lifesaver. You really want them. This is the one I go to because Heron, she used a lot of the inner temple, a lot of the Wicca year and a day exercises during our classes. And so she pulls from that and really kind of makes it her own and puts those kind of exercises into it. So there's a lot of meditations, there's a lot of hands-on exercises. And like I said, then there's the full year practice in the book as well. So honestly, truly recommend this. I know she's my friend, so it makes me slightly biased, but it's so well done. And I don't think you will be disappointed if you get this book, if you can see it, because there's so much information. Like you could see, I've tabbed things where I'm like, I'm getting ready to work on air, like I said, so I'm noting, oh, here's the herbs and the oils I need to get for this next little session. But yeah, so stay tuned for the full review of this and some stuff that her shop, The Sojourner, is offering with the book as well. I will, again, be talking about that in another video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. So again, these 5 books I think are really great if you're wanting to start out learning about paganism, witchcraft, Wicca, anything like that. I think they are going to give you great foundation and starting point and give you a lot of information and let you know to kind of decide if this is for you. So I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions for me, definitely feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll try to answer things best I can. This year I kind of want to do more of these kind of videos because I really enjoyed it and it keeps me kind of really always delving into my practice as well, which I really enjoy. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're new to the channel and you like these kind of videos, please do feel free to subscribe down below. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this and leave me a comment about anything you feel like chatting about. I hope you guys are doing wonderful and I will see you in the next video. Bye!